I'm Steele. I'm a holistic nutritionist and the author of the vegan cookbook, Get It Ripe. Today we're going to make a green drink. It's something that's not even in my cookbook, but I like to make it most days because I just enjoy it the way other people enjoy coffee or whatever. I'm not so much of a coffee drinker, but this is something that I enjoy once or twice a day. We're going to be using some juices and some green powders, shaking it all up, making something tasty. Don't be turned off by the color that we're going to be producing of the drink, because it actually is quite tasty, and it might be for some people. Maybe it's a bit of an earthy taste. It's a little acquired, but it's actually, the juice makes it taste really nice and sweet, and it's probably cheaper than going out and buying expensive drinks, and actually you can make it more high quality doing it at home. So first I'm going to start with a jar. I say this a lot, but I love collecting glass jars because they're really useful all over my kitchen. This one probably used to have tahini in it, or nut butter, something like that. And it's got a nice tight fitting lid, which makes it good for shaking up later on, and also good for transporting. Sometimes I'll make a juice first thing in the morning and then throw it in my bag and then drink it a few hours later when I want. Or I might just drink this juice first thing in the morning when I get home from work, that kind of thing. So we're going to start with some blueberry juice. That's going to give us a nice color base and a nice flavor. Straight up blueberry juice can be kind of expensive, so I don't use a whole lot of it, maybe about 1 centimeter or so in the bottom of the glass jar. This jar, for the record, is probably like 300 milliliters or so. It's just over a cup by a bit. So we'll just use some blueberry juice, and then the rest, I'm going to use apple juice. If you buy a juice that's like blueberry blend, like 10% blueberry and a bunch of other things, then you can just fill it right up, like a third or a half way up the glass. So we'll pour in a bit of apple juice. I make sure that I always get organic apple juice to avoid any pesticides or herbicides that might have been sprayed on the apples. And this juice actually comes from a local farm. So depending on your bioregion, I live in Ontario, and there's an abundance of apples, so I can always find good organic apple juice around that's not super expensive. So that's about half the jar, maybe a little bit less, but that's about a good quantity. And then we're going to put in the first green powder. So this is just kind of like a general green powder. There are lots of different kinds on the market with lots of different ranges in quality, actually. This one is organic, and it also has some probiotics in it, which is nice, and it's straight up fruits and veg. So you can buy ones that have like grass fillers and stuff like that, and I would suggest avoiding those because it's not really worth it. This one does feel kind of steep in price when you buy it all at once, but it averages out to like $1, $1.50 per serving, and that's kind of like going out for a coffee, or maybe even cheaper than going out for a coffee. So I don't think it's that bad, and it's so good for you. Green powders can definitely help to balance your blood sugar levels and also just up the amount of good things that you're typically getting from veggies in your day. So I put in a tablespoon of the green powder and seal that up. If you want to put probiotics in here, like if you have probiotic powder, something like that, like acidophilus powder, you can do that too. This one has some probiotics in it. And then the other green powder I put in is a specific, this is one of the most amazing foods on earth. It's called spirulina. I would say it's essential for pretty much everyone. Some people just say for vegetarians and vegans, raw foodists, but I think everyone should be consuming this stuff. It's a great source of beta-carotene, antioxidants, that kind of thing, as well as being a good source of B12. And a lot of people, especially vegans, are interested in getting enough B12. So I put in a teaspoon, maybe even a rounded teaspoon of spirulina. Just knock that in. And, you might want to shop around for different brands, see what you can find that you like. But pretty much they're similar, or they're all pretty similar. And you can get organic or conventional, but I don't find they're too different in price, so I go organic. And then actually at this point you might choose to throw in some trace mineral drops, which is another way to get supplements that you need in your diet if you're not maybe getting enough minerals. These are kind of an easy way to absorb minerals. It's better than taking a tablet or something like that. So I just might put a few drops in there. And then I'm going to put in some water. There are different kinds of water. You can just use tap water if you want. You can get really fancy shishi water. You can get really expensive filters that will give you great quality water. The filter that we use in my house here is a carbon block filter, which is something that I talk about in my book. It's kind of the cheapest filter that you can get that's good quality. It's better quality than like a Brita or something like that. And I just fill up a jug and then keep it on my counter because I don't like my water cold. I like it at room temperature. So pour in some of this, glug, 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 right up to the top. See, not a lot of measuring, mostly just eyeballing. And we'll just screw on the lid, make sure it's nice and tight. Give it a good shake. You really want to shake it well because it's kind of gross if you get these little clumps of spirulina or some sort of green powder in there and they kind of like pop in your mouth in a powdery way. So you don't want that. So what you do want is a lovely, smooth, rich liquid. And I'm just going to give it a good shake. La, 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 la. It's probably good now. You also shake it up a bit if you travel around with it for a few hours and it goes in your backpack with you. Then it'll shake up a bit to bust up any clumps that are in there. So now we've got this nice green drink. It's a really rich color. Don't be deterred, like I said. And drink up. Tasty. Sometimes I get a little bit on the bridge of my nose when I'm drinking, but for the most part it works out well. Thanks.